In the last year, we were just talking about how I say that in the new show I'm doing, Zero Side Effects, I'm talking about how we all get to this place where, like, it's stunning to me that, look, grieve for the people we've lost, love the people that are here, and thank the universe for showing us how stupid some of the people were in our life, and you just have to edit them. You're like, oh, wow, this whole thing, this extreme thing that just happened, you were like the worst person I've ever seen dealing with it. You wouldn't take a vaccine. You kept talking about conspiracies and chips and butter. Get the fuck out of my life. Love you.
Crazy.
Love you. Hope it works out.
But there's a, when you do that, right? And once you start doing it, it becomes a little easier. But initially, the first couple of times you do that, the unease and the unnaturalness of it's like clearing out a junk drawer where you're just like, I haven't touched this shit in forever.
Yeah, but these three keys go to something. These three keys go to something.
But that same emotional inability to throw those keys away is the same thing that comes up. And I've gotten to the point where I'm like, all right, man, sit with that for a minute. See what it is about that that's actually got you. What are you afraid you're gonna lose? Like do the math.
I can't stand confrontation though. That's my thing. I'm passive aggressive as shit. Like I just want them to go away, and I want them to know that I'm not calling them, and that means I don't want to see them. But those kinds of people don't get that. Like the
but that's
person
totally
we
fair.
were talking about.
But passive aggressive to me, and I used to be very good at the passive aggressive side because I enjoyed the long fuse of conflict. I never had to put it out.
Yeah.
It was like
it was a low
totally.
level all the time.
I don't want to. I'm not just going to blow the barrels up. I'm going to watch this burn for forever, and that is just as unhealthy to me because you never end up ending the situation.
You also never end up being in the present. You're always in some of that fucking past.
Totally.
And here's what else happens is that if you don't do what you just said, if like I'm better at it. I'm better than you are. I'm like, hey, we're done.
I'm better since meeting you. I've become slightly more aggressive thanks to you.
But here's why. If you don't, though, those people don't go away. They don't take the hint. They call you and go, what's the problem with us?
Totally.
And then you got to make some shit up.
For example, the way that I got out of my bad relationship was I moved. I changed my number.
Didn't tell the guy.
No.
Totally fair.
And that was it. And that's
which is as passive aggressively bullshit.
So it's amazing.
Somewhere he still thinks you're together.
There's a team working.
She's coming back anytime now.
There's a line of people slowly walking.
She's been at the casino for 14,000 days.
They're looking for her body in the forest.
But that's you're taking this weird responsibility for their happiness in those instances. Where I'm just like you know what, man, you're gonna have to figure you out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take responsibility for my own shit right now because you're messing. There's energy here, and that's now that I'm in the middle of stuff and actually doing stuff. This didn't mean anything 10 years ago because I'm just some dude working I'm in some club in some condo,
drinking, partying,
smashed every night. That's the game. Right. But now, like those emotional batteries are there. It's not even time management for me. It's like energy management. Yeah. And I just
That's what I talk about.
don't have a problem with certain eras of my life not continuing.
Yeah.
It's a film strip that plays, and I'm happy we did what we did.
Right.
But you don't get to, and it's not even. I still do some of the passive aggressive stuff, and here's where.
You can't stop being you.
Well, you can't stop being you, and I don't want to be an overt asshole. Right. But also, it's like if we're all floating in inner tubes or whatever, and I kind of just let go for a second, I don't even have to actively paddle away sometimes. They're just like, oh, you're going to drift off on your own. Yeah. And if you get far enough away, then I don't have to make up any more excuse. And I get that. Right. But I'd just as soon kick you a little bit.
You got to edit the life vampires. You just got to edit the life vampires.
In the last 2 years especially, I have gotten really good at realizing that that's not my shit. I'm not, you need to deal with your own bullshit. Yeah. And this was the first time with even like some family conflict that I had after I lost my mom, where I really got, that's your shit. And I don't have to fix it or try to be in your life. I can just go away. And when you figure it out, you can come back and I'll be here for family. Yep.